Mr. Whalen reads!
Hi friends, it's Mr. Whalen here. I have brought you another story. This was not one that I was familiar with. I found a new book downstairs. Again, library is a great place to find new books. The book's called Not Norman, a goldfish story. So I'm looking around the library, I see this book, I'm like, I look at the cover, which I usually do when I'm looking at a new book. I'm Not Norman, a goldfish story. So I'm looking, I think, okay, well, Norman must be the goldfish. It's probably not the boy. Maybe it's the boy, but I'm not sure. I won't know until I read it. But I'm guessing that the story is about this boy and his goldfish, pet goldfish. Any of you have a pet goldfish, pet fish? I don't have any fish myself. I have cats, 5 cats, dogs, birds. People have lots of different pets. Well, Norman, of course, is a goldfish. And if I look at the boy's face, it's like, really seems to be curious about his goldfish. Maybe he's wondering about his goldfish. I didn't know what it was about the boy and his goldfish, but it made me want to pick up the book and read it and find out. So I did, and got a nice little story about a boy who wasn't too sure about the pet that he had until he decided that, yes, this is the pet for me. And maybe that's been the case too. Maybe we get something, we think, oh, this is cool, or oh, this is not cool, and then we learn that we actually do like it, and maybe it wasn't what we expected at first, but it turns out to be something we wanted or needed anyway. That's how it goes. Our minds change about things, and that's okay too. So, Not Norman, a goldfish story, written by Kelly Bennett, illustrated by Noah Z. Jones, and I had a good time reading this, and I hope you enjoy it. Not Norman, a goldfish story, by Kelly Bennett, illustrated by Noah Z. Jones. Not Norman, a goldfish story. When I got Norman, I didn't want to keep him. I wanted a different kind of pet. Not Norman. I wanted a pet who could run and catch, or one who could climb trees and chase strings. A soft, furry pet to sleep on my bed at night. Not Norman. All Norman does is swim around and 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 around. This is it, Norman, I decide. I'm trading you for a good pet. Norman doesn't move. Not even a fin twitches. How can I trade him like this? No one will want a sorry-looking fish in a gunky bowl. When I drop Norman into his nice, clean bowl, he starts dipping and flipping, flapping his fins around. He looks so goofy, I have to laugh. Now, don't think that just because you made me laugh, I'm going to keep you, I tell him. Tomorrow, you're out of here. Norman blows a stream of bubbles. The next day, I take Norman to school with me. If I talk him up real good during show and tell, maybe someone will want him. On the way there, we see my friend Austin. Austin has a real cool dog and 7 puppies. Want to swap one of your pups for Norman, I ask? Who's Norman? Asks Austin. My goldfish, I say. Ah! By the time I rescue Norman, his water is half gone. I'm sorry, I tell Norman when we get to school. I'm really sorry. He just stares at me all googly-eyed. Finally, it's my turn to show and tell. Just as I start to talk about goldfish, Emily shouts, Jenny's gone! Who let my snake loose? Does anyone hear the story of how I got Norman? Does anyone even ask to hold his bowl? No. They're all jumping and screaming and chasing the snake. Not Norman. He's looking right at me. Thanks for listening, I tell him. That afternoon, we go to my music lesson. As soon as it's over, I'm taking Norman back to the pet store. I take out my tuba and begin to play. I glance over at Norman. He's swaying back and forth. Glug, 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 he mouths. Look, Norman's singing, I say. Pay attention, snaps Maestro, and try to play the proper notes. Maestro makes me stay for extra practice. By the time my lesson is over, it's too late to go to the pet store. Don't think that just because you like my music, I'm going to keep you, I tell Norman. He glugs. That night, I'm sound asleep when screech, scratch. What's that noise? Scratch, screech, screech. Yikes, there's something at the window. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I spot Norman. He isn't scared. He isn't swimming around in little circles either. He glugs and gives me a little wave. I'm not alone. Together, Norman and I slide open the curtains. It's just a broken tree branch. Thanks for watching out for me, Norman. On Saturday, I take Norman to the pet store, just like I said I would. I look at the cats and dogs and snakes and birds. I look at hamsters and mice and lizards too. They all look like good pets, but they're not Norman. When I got Norman, I wasn't even sure I wanted to keep him. But now, even if I could pick any pet in the whole world, I wouldn't trade him. Not Norman.